At any given time in northeastern Ohio, there are 20,000 active warrants for arrest. Our job is to bring them in, one at a time. Warrant Unit features unsolved cases and wanted fugitives. Every case and fugitive we feature is an opportunity for you to earn a reward. Last year, Crime Stoppers helped arrest nearly 400 felons and paid over $65,000 in rewards. Remember, you never give your name. Warrant Unit is a production of Cuyahoga County Crime Stoppers.
Welcome and thank you for joining us for another edition of Warrant Unit. I'm Bob France. Warrant Unit is Northeast Ohio's only television program that features unsolved crimes and wanted fugitives in our communities and pays you to help find them. Let's get right into it. Our first case is a shooting that took place in Parma early in the morning of February 13, 2010. 5 friends were going their separate ways after a night of hanging out and having fun. They were approached by a man asking for a light. A guy that, well, didn't really want a light. What he wanted was their money.
Basically what we had is a group of 5 friends who had been out basically bar hopping that night. At the end of the night, on their way home, they pulled into the rear parking lot for the building on Chevy Boulevard, and everybody got out of the vehicle to basically go their separate ways. While they were unloading stuff from vehicle to vehicle, they were approached by a male in the parking lot who initially engaged them in conversation asking for a cigarette lighter. The people in the group basically said, "We don't have a cigarette lighter, sorry."
And then he had walked over to Kenny and goes, "Can I get a lighter from you?" He's like, "Dude, we don't got a lighter." Next thing you know, he pulls out the gun and Kenny backs up, puts his hands in the air and goes, "What do you want?" He's like, "Give me a lighter and everything in your pockets."
When they didn't respond real quick, he fired a round in the air to get their attention to let them know he was serious.
And then he had the gun on Kenny the whole entire time. He went ahead and fired and shot him in the throat.
There was a struggle for the gun basically. One of the other 5 people jumped on the back of the gunman trying to help out his brother. And 2 of the 5 individuals ended up getting shot in the gunfire.
The shooter started walking towards me. He had the gun pointing at me and I thought he was gonna shoot. And he didn't, but he ran after he was like looking at me.
He ran northbound through the parking lot towards a side street called Gabriella, which runs off of Chevy Boulevard, and basically escaped without us figuring out who he is or any witnesses seeing the vehicle or where he went to. Kenny was shot in the neck and was injured. He got spinal injuries and he's partially paralyzed right now. And his brother Joe got shot in the back. He was treated at Metro Hospital, stayed there for several days, and has since been released.
I was worried they weren't going to survive, especially seeing the blood gushing out of Kenny's mouth and just seeing the bullet hole right below his Adam's apple. I did not think he was going to live. Knowing that they're both still alive is a great feeling, but knowing that Kenny won't be able to walk again and have fun with his friends or family, and his 8-year-old daughter has to see her dad in a wheelchair. They need to get caught and put away for what they did to them. There was no reason for this. I was the only one basically there getting help, and if I wasn't there, they could have died. You never know when your last day could be.
Parma police are looking for a white male in his 20s, approximately 5 feet 8 inches tall, with a thin build, and he was wearing a dark-colored hooded sweatshirt. If you can help us find this guy, call Crime Stoppers and earn yourself a cash reward. And coming up next, you'll learn about the 2007...